welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support, all of your beautiful comments. A big thank you to everyone who has reached out to me on Etsy for a personal reading. And a big welcome to all of the new subscribers this month and all of the subscribers who have just joined us today. If you have not subscribed, please join us. Pull up a chair, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather around my table. I do pick a card readings on this channel. I do try to release at least a couple of times a week, so be sure to check back. And if you are subscribed to the channel and you haven't done so already, please drop me a comment below because I offer a chance to win a free tarot reading for my subscribers as a thank you for your presence here on this channel. All you have to do is drop your comment below. An emoji will even serve as an entry for the free tarot reading, and I will notify you via the comment section, and I'll give you clear indications on how to reach out to me to get the ball rolling. I don't ever send DMs or private messages soliciting readings, so please be sure to protect yourself here on YouTube, but also on Instagram as well. For today's topic, though, we're talking about a message that you need to hear right now. So your guides have impressed upon me the necessity to get a message across to you today, and so the pile that you're drawn to, and you may be drawn to multiple piles, may have an important message that you may need to hear, some encouragement from your guides at this time. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the blue aragonite. Pile number 2 with the, I believe it's malachite, I believe. And pile number 3 with the red carnelian palm. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there is a message waiting from your guides today. And I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, this is a message that you need to hear right now from your guides and angels. Pile 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the blue aragonite. You were also drawn to the change dragonfly spirit, the change card number 12. And this is a reading about a message that you need to hear today. Today's messages are all about your guides trying to get your attention, trying to influence some of your thoughts because maybe they've been seeing you struggling in the present moment, and they want you to understand that this too shall pass and that you are stronger than you realize and you will be able to overcome any challenges that come your way. The dragonfly is hungry for its own success. When the dragonfly is planted in the water, you know, the eggs are laid under the surface of the water and they spend their entire beginnings being so hungry for change that they're eating everything in sight. So maybe you feel like you're just always working for change and you just don't feel like you're getting anywhere. And maybe the frenzy that you feel like you're in is distracting you, so you don't see the changes that are actually being implemented. You don't see the habits that you're forming. You don't see, you know, the outcome or the sort of rebirth energy that's coming and that is available to you. So they just want you to surrender to what's going to be shown to you in the next chapter. And this card is really showing that they have seen all of the hard work that you're putting in and that it's not going unnoticed. And to prepare for deep change as well in your life. So if you're struggling right now, this will pass. So let's ask Spirit here about, oops, I thought I felt one fall, but I didn't. The Page of Swords. Oh, I did have one fall on the floor. I thought it fell earlier, but here it is. The Moon reversed. There is something that is about to be shown to you. This could come in the form of your dreams, but it could even be in relation to your dreams or your goals. I get this impression that you feel like you're always watching from the outside. It's like you never get to be a part of things that you want to be a part of. You always feel like they're out beyond your reach, just beyond your reach. It feels like you're watching through a glass window. And I feel like your experience in the past has sort of taught you that or shown you that. It's like over and over and over again, you feel like an outsider in your own experience, and you are struggling in the present moment. And you don't feel like you're doing a good job. You don't feel like you're making any sort of headway. Even these boots, I feel the boot and the shoe, it's like this, not even the same pair of shoes on. It's like I feel like I'm not balanced. But more is coming and more is going to be revealed to you. And they understand that you're growing impatient, and you're growing impatient with them. It's like you're growing impatient with them because they're supposed to be guiding you towards this abundance, and you feel like they haven't been guiding you fast enough. But your guides want you to understand that they're watching you. And that's what the very first message I heard was that song. It's a country music song that says, I've been watching you. And they've been watching you. Everything that you've been struggling through is not going unnoticed. They see it. and you've reached a benchmark. They're showing, you know, in Mario or in video games, when you're trying to get through a difficult level and you have to hit that flag, so that if you fall off the edge again, you get rebirthed right into that point. You don't have to go back to the drawing board. And that's what they're really speaking about. You've reached the flag. You've reached the flag, and so things are not going to get worse. You've reached the flag, and they are telling you that change is coming. You've made progress. All the effort that you've put in, you've made progress. There's the Sun, and there's the Four of Cups, and these are very contrasting energies. One says abundance, vulnerability, I've arrived, I'm holding onto this flag of empowerment, I'm waving it, I know I'm going in the right direction. Maybe I'm not there yet, but I know I'm getting there. And the other one says, I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. I feel hopeless. I feel ignored by my guides. I feel ignored by the universe. I feel ignored by the abundance that seems to be flowing in for everyone else. And the truth is that this is what Spirit sees, and this is what you feel. And there's a huge distinctive difference between what they're perceiving and what you're experiencing in the present moment, because you're growing restless. But they want you to understand that part of this restlessness coming in for you is actually a communication from your higher self, saying that you know that you're coming to the end of a change. You know that you're on the brink of freedom, or you're on the brink of success. And this could be in relation to your work realm. This could be in relation to your emotional realm. There's a lot of practical elements here. So you may not feel like you're reaching your goals in finances or in career or in your relationships, but you've hit a benchmark. And the focus that you show in this moment is really going to communicate that next step, that next sort of ferocity in movement. They feel the fear coming in for you. And this is in relation to the dreams overall in your soul. And that's why they're glad to be talking to you today, because they want to get your attention, and they want you to know that you are the dragonfly. That maybe it seems in life that some people's metamorphoses happen when they're just quietly in their cocoon, like a butterfly, just transcending. But they want you to know you're a dragonfly. And they're bringing forward that Maya Angelou quote that says, we marvel in the beauty of these creatures, but we fail to acknowledge the effort and the transformations they had to go through to attain it. And so they are not, it's not going to waste. They see it. They see you. They see your dreams. And they're blooming more rapidly than you even realize. This little panda bear is leaning up against the tree trunk. You have their support to rely upon. When you feel like you're hitting a brick wall, they're there standing beside you. Now they're showing me the footprints in the sand, because they're carrying you through this moment. They say that what you're kind of expecting to have as an outcome is not even what's available to you in the unknown. It's like your dreams, your goals are even smaller than what Spirit wants to bring forward for you, especially financially and stability-wise. I feel like your goals are very much wrapped around being stable, whether it be financial, whether it be in emotions, whether it be with your relationships, to be stable, to feel like you can belong in a place that makes you happy, makes you feel fulfilled. But they want you to dream bigger. Once you reach that checkpoint, you're going to recognize, okay, I've reached this goal and I feel good, but what's next? They want you to dream bigger. Because what they're showing me is superseding anything that you thought that you were going to achieve. And so this justice, they're talking about naysaying energy, and maybe you're having a down day. Maybe you've had a couple of those down days where you really allow yourself to fall into the rabbit hole of grief and despair. I'm like that. If I get a disappointment, I fall into despair. It's like it's the worst possible day of my life. And the truth is that those moments are natural. They're part of the human experience, but it's the amount of focus and the persistence we show in that focus that really communicates that truth, whether it's truth or not, to the universe. And so you can see the justice here. The little panda bear is stopping that other panda bear from speaking. And so it's this way of your guides asking you to guard how you talk to yourself and about your experience, because our words are spells. You know, our words have power. That's why the Bible emphasizes I am. Because every time you say I am, you are speaking something into existence. You're speaking a truth, because you are the authority. And there's the Page of Cups. Especially when it comes to emotional love, when it comes to stability and emotional love, Spirit says you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on wanting to kind of fit in, but you're going to find a sense of belonging in love. And that's what you truly deserve. They say that they try to inspire you when you're feeling down. They try to give you signs and symbols, maybe particularly in the form of like animals or maybe even flowers, things of that nature that really grab your attention. And they're talking about the color yellow. So you may find that you see yellow a lot, or maybe you'll see like a yellow bird, or you'll see something yellow that grabs your attention. And that's a sign from your guides that you are actually on the right track. You feel like you're being held back, but there's no delays. There's no delays. Spirit says that we create that belief system of delays. There is the Empress energy. Back of the deck is the World. And there's the Magician. They want you to understand that we have power and control even over these thoughts and these naysaying energies, and you're going to achieve your desires. For some, you have desires in career and stability and home. You're going to achieve that. For others, it's a desire to have a family and to feel like you have that sense of belonging, that sense of acceptance. You've reached a benchmark. You will achieve your goals, but you have to stay focused on the task at hand. There's the Queen of Cups. And you've got such a beautiful, fragile heart. You've got just such a beautiful, fragile heart. It's such a mothering, healing type of heart. You could maybe even be in a healing field, perhaps. Maybe you're an empath. I just feel like this expansion of emotion that comes from you, and you pick up on other people's emotions too, which doesn't make your path easy. And they see that. Your guides, they see that. This Magician is all about the power that you wield in your experience to achieve the success of your heart, to achieve the desires of your heart. But they want you to even think bigger than what your goals are in the present moment. And they want you to know that even though you're feeling the struggle and you're feeling like it's not fair right now, everything is happening as it's supposed to. And we're going to power through this. All it requires is your determination, and not to focus on the timeline, because that will lie to you and tell you that you're behind schedule, and you're not. Oops. A message you need. We have here Earth, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. And we started with the Page of Swords, which is the student of the deck for me. And so the student of the deck, that's you. You came down into this ethereal with so much excitement to experience the human emotions and the whole realm of that. And so they're just reminding you that this is your home for now. It's not going to be your home forever. And that this is sort of these struggles that you're having are a part of a natural struggle that so many in the collective are having as well. So you're not alone. That's the other thing that can really affect us on our journeys here, is feeling isolated. But there's so much more that's going to be revealed to you in your experience. You're not done yet. And Spirit just wants you to surrender to that revelation. You have here surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. And that's what you're here to do. You're here to be. You're here to be like a flower and to bloom. The Empress, the beautiful Queen of Cups. There's this aspect about surrendering to your desires, surrendering to the dream, and not wavering in that faith. Back of the deck says the Void. Stop, embrace winter and the great cosmic womb. So if you're in this moment where you feel like your dreams feel completely out of reach and they seem crazy to you in the present moment, that's the collective expectation throwing that belief system at you in this moment. And if you don't know who you are, the collective will tell you who you are based on their hesitations and based on their restrictions. And so Spirit's here to tell you who you really, really are. You don't have to be the divine feminine. You can be the divine masculine. It's all about energy, and it's all about abundance for you. And it's all about your goals and your focus and your dreams and how you're struggling right now to achieve them, or you feel like you're struggling to achieve them, but this is just a hurdle. They're asking for determination. And to remember that it's like all a play. You're stepping into the human experience. The message that you need to hear right now. We have the Owl. Your higher self is coming forward with a lot of this message because he or she has wisdom codes that you don't have available to you in the present through your awareness. And this beautiful Queen of Cups, your wisdom is through the heart space. That's where everything is going to be expressed. That's where everything is going to be manifested, is through your heart space. And so that's where Spirit's trying to make the balance. They're trying to balance out the heart space. We have here the Shark coming in the reversal. And back of the deck is the Whale. And it was coming in reverse too with the Whale. And there's this feeling about expression, expressing yourself, coming to the surface and not drowning in your own emotion. They don't expect you to be stoic all the time. They don't expect you to not have emotional outbursts. They expect you to be able to pull yourself up out of that perspective eventually. And they'll help you do that. You don't have to do it alone. This is a collaboration, but they want you to express yourself. Express yourself to the universe as well in regards to your goals, and express yourself in a way of positive aspects instead of the restricted aspects. Because some of you are afraid of, it's like you're afraid to put all of your hopes into something. Maybe you've been disappointed quite a bit. You're afraid now to hope for something, and maybe you don't even know how to tap into that type of hope. And that's where your guides are going to come in to help you, to inspire you. This shark here is talking about this fear of financial loss, or fear of practical loss, or fear of safety nets that are not going to be present for us. And we've related our goals to that type of safety, but they want you to know that you can feel abundant now. That both pleasure and joy and heartbreak and pain, they can exist in the same moment. We can feel excited about the future and still feel disappointed with what has happened in the past. We can't often do anything about those little moments that disappoint us, but we can do something about the grand whole tapestry of our story. And so they're asking for that expression right now. Express it to the universe. Tell your guides how you're feeling. Ask them for signs and symbols to pull you up out of that, but surrender to what's going to be revealed. And they want you to know that, again, you're doing such a good job. You're working so hard. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. And this is a reminder, too, that we're not alone in all of this. Every time we overcome a hurdle, we're leading by example. We have experience under our belt to offer to the collective. And there's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin and let love dance in sight. There is a message coming through for someone watching that you're afraid to say something about what you want. Maybe you're afraid to ask someone out. Maybe you're afraid to ask for a raise. Maybe you're afraid to speak your truth to the universe. Spirit says now's the time to speak. Begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now here. Let's get a message from your guides and angels here. From the saints and angels, please, for pile one, a message that they need to hear in the present moment. You're a leader, Saint Joan of Arc. People are going to look to you for advice. People are going to look to you for inspiration. And we have reward. Your reward is coming. And she's holding on to the dove of peace as this an assurance to your reward. We also have retreat. This is your guide's way of asking you to reflect upon where you're sitting right now, so you can get yourself out of the past, get yourself out of the future, and get present in the present moment where all of the abundance is going to come in for you. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number one. Missed the bowl. 10 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. I do feel this feeling about worrying about security, worrying about finances, perhaps, worrying about home and family situations, just worrying about our whole grand desires not coming into fruition, feeling really stuck and stagnant in a lot of areas of our life, maybe in career, maybe in love. But we have the beautiful 10 of Cups, and it's offering us this beautiful rainbow, and at the end of the rainbow is the pot of gold. So maybe you're right in the middle of that rainbow. But they want to remind you of your own infinity. Like, they want to remind you that you always have been, you always will be, and that you've gone through these type of cycles before. So you have everything in your warehouse to pull from to be able to achieve your goals in all aspects of life. And I see positive aspects being a really strong propeller for you. If you're feeling like you're struggling and maintaining positivity, that's where they want you to start. Maintaining your balance. They're also saying that jealousy can sometimes hold you back, and it can create a jealousy can create like this a holding energy upon you, and it doesn't allow you to follow through with the steps that you have to take to achieve your abundance and your awareness. We have here the Divine Feminine Stiletto Heel, and it's raised so high because they want you to see the wind that's coming in for you, to rise above what you're experiencing. Your higher self sees something that you don't. We also have the Queen of Swords, so Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We have Prescription in the Key. And they're talking about this, the prescription for you, the key to more happiness or the key to more abundance in this moment is this little rabbit. It's going down paths of exploration, is doing things that bring you joy in the present moment. We have the Sacred Heart of Jesus, the thorns amongst the roses. We also have here a dime from 2016, and I think about transitions and peace. We have the crown. They want you to remember who you are. Straighten your crown. You have abundance coming in for you. W, G, and G in the bowl as well. Oh, we have a little card. The Two of Pentacles. And they keep being, you know, the Two of Pentacles is a bit of a theme here. In your bowl, you have the Two of Pentacles of feeling really imbalanced, worrying that the ship has sailed you. So worrying that some of the things that you have goals wrapped around have already eluded you, and that's not the case. You haven't been shown the full spectrum yet. Pile 1 is what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below as well. And I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You are drawn to the green malachite. We're also drawn to the transcending, number 28. And this is your reading, a message that you need to hear right now. The Pegasus transcending is about looking at things above your personal experience right now and transcending any obstacles that are getting in your way of your path, your spiritual path, your goals in life as well. This is a sign, a really good sign, that you are rising above all of the difficulties. And they're also asking you to focus upon positive aspects if you are in the midst of some of that struggle. So let's take a look here. A message that pile 2 needs to hear right now. A message that you need. You have the Two of Cups. The Nine of Cups. You have your heart set upon something. There's the Seven of Pentacles. Could be a person. It could be not maybe a specific person, but a goal towards relationships. There's the Ten of Pentacles. There's the Hermit. And we have the Page of Wands. Back of the deck, and we also have the Nine of Pentacles coming with the Page of Wands. We also have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. Well, you are on the precipice of change, and that's why your guides want to talk to you today. They want to discuss with you this change that's coming in. Maybe you've been making plans for this. Maybe you've anticipated that this is happening. The Wheel of Fortune is being supported here by the Ten of Wands and the Tower. And there's the Six of Wands. And so you are transcending the obstacles, and some of the obstacles could be commitment cycles that are present right this moment. Three of Pentacles. Two of Cups reversed with the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're stressed out about your current position. Now, this position could be in love. It could also be in your career. But you're stressed out about your knowledge about how satisfied you are in this connection or in this situation, in your position in life in general. I feel like you're not very satisfied there. And I feel like there's something that's prompting you to change, or maybe it's a person, maybe it's a relationship. There seems to be a focus on relationships starting with the Two of Cups. So you may have a goal towards a specific relationship or a more fulfilling relationship, and maybe you're not there yet. Maybe there's lots of security where you are, but you're not exactly experiencing the emotional satisfaction that you thought that you would experience there. And it's like you have your eyes on an upgrade of some kind. We have the Ten of Cups, and the upgrade is the Ten of Cups. If you're experiencing the Ten of Pentacles, your upgrade is the Ten of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. The Three of Cups. Oh my goodness, you have a lot of abundance coming in for you, but I keep hearing that song, The Heart Doesn't Break Even, by The Script. The Temperance. Back of deck is the Five of Pentacles and the King of Cups. I feel like you have a lot of abundance coming in for you, and your guides really want to speak about that. but about the sacrifices that you're making to achieve that abundance. And it definitely requires careful handling and hard work for you to achieve your goals here. But I see some freedom for you in the future, freedom for you to explore other things, freedom for you to explore. It's like you're eliminating the distractions that you feel like are in your life from achieving your goals. You're eliminating distractions, and your guides want you to acknowledge that there is change coming. I feel like it's already here. It feels like it's already upon us, this change. And maybe you're burdened by the outcome of that, or you're burdened by the consequences of really executing that change, because you've been using a certain area of your life or a certain position as a bit of a crutch, and maybe you recognize that. It's not as fulfilling as you thought it would be. It's secure. It feels secure, and it feels like you could stay there as long as you decided to stay there, but maybe you've outgrown it. Maybe you aren't experiencing as much abundance or fun there anymore. Maybe you're not satisfied. There's different levels of satisfaction, and when we have certain goals that we match or we reach, sometimes we reach those goals and we're like, I don't really feel satisfied here now. Even though I have everything I could want, truly, I'm feeling like there's something missing. And Spirit's really talking about that you can be surrounded by so many people, places, things, everything, diamonds, jewels, all of that, but you can still feel isolated and lonely. You can still feel separate from that experience. And so they want you to know that things are changing for you, and I feel like you're almost making plans towards these changes, and maybe you're curious about what Spirit is thinking about this, what you're expecting in the future. And the truth is that I feel like you do have abundance coming in for you in the future. I feel like a new foundation is being formed. I feel like this foundation could be in life and love. And I think that it stresses you out because I feel like you don't want to hurt other people, and you don't want to hurt yourself, and you don't want to create upheaval. But sometimes we have to transcend the obstacles and see things farther ahead than the present moment, because the chaos will be present in the present moment, but the dust will settle, the smoke will clear of this tower, and we'll move into a victorious time of life. So if you are in the cusp of executing really profound change in your life and you're not sure where that's going to take you, they want you to know that they have your back, so to speak. They're supporting you in your decisions. They're always going to support the choices that you make in the present moment, because that's the best possible choice you can make for that moment in time. And I feel like you're also concerned about the feelings, the emotions of other people. I feel like you're afraid of hurting those people. But they're also saying that, especially if you're deciding to walk away from a partner, for instance, they're also saying that maintaining your focus in that environment while not being satisfied is not doing that person any favors. And we may be jumping to conclusions about how invested that person, well, they're probably invested, but how invested they are towards it's like they're just questioning your expectations of how this person will land on their feet. The person that you're currently with, how they're going to land on their feet. It's like maybe you're making assumptions about how their future will look without you, but Spirit says they are going to land on their feet. There is rebirths available to them. There are options available to them when you execute this change. And it sort of frees them to go into the same sort of exploratory energy that you're going to be going into. I want to clarify this 9 of Pentacles. We have the 2 of Swords and we have the Ace of Pentacles. And your guides are talking about you being at a crossroads with this opportunity and being heavy in thought. And these thoughts, it's like the battle between the ego and the higher self battling it on your shoulder, because you keep thinking about the obstacles that are anchoring you to this position, or anchoring you and stopping this Wheel of Fortune from really executing the change that's necessary. They're emphasizing the death cycle now with the 10 and the 3 for me. And so this is a huge rebirth for you. Maybe we're sacrificing something in order to go into something more abundant. And there is obstacles here, but there's also more experiences, more revelations coming for you after you execute this change. And they say that the lack of execution up to this point is just because of fear and because of the obstacles. It's like we're observing the death cycle from a distance and we're afraid to truly detach to execute that death cycle. But your guides say that if you needed sort of permission in order to do that, they're here to offer that if you require that. Although it's not their job. It's like, it's not our job to tell you what to do. But if you already know what you want to do and you just need somebody to give you the okay, they're giving you that okay. They say that everyone will be okay. Everyone involved will be okay, ultimately. We have here, your hard work is paying off, and it's now time. It's time for healing, and the end of a tough cycle approaches. Two of these cards came out in pile 1 as well, actually. They're asking you to allow the ending of a tough cycle to approach. Even though it's difficult, it's time to work through your fears. I just keep saying hold your vision, and it's time to release negativity. And that negativity may look a lot different for whoever's watching this video. Maybe your negativity is in your home realm. Maybe it's in your work realm. Either way, Spirit says it's time to perhaps execute change. They feel your stress around the situation, and they're here to support you in the next step. And that's what they want you to understand. You don't have to rush to conclusions. You just need to execute the next step. Begin here. This came in pile 1 as the back of Death as well. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. It's time to begin here. It says pass this card on, and there's a message about that, about passing on the momentum. It's like allowing the vulnerability to come so other people can be vulnerable with you and share their truths as well. Passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You are walking through the passages of your transformation in this present moment. And celebration is near. 3 cups and happiness, 3 cheers are done. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. Celebration is near. You may find the next couple of months, specifically the next 2 to 3 months, that's when a lot of change is going to be happening for you. But on the other side of that is celebration. And I see you celebrating. Although there's almost like a sadness, like a bittersweet energy, I see you feeling really excited about your future as well. Let's get you a Saints and Angels Oracle card, please, for pile 1. A message that they need in the present, right now. We have here animals, St. Francis of Assisi. There's this emphasis on this card about veganism or vegetarianism. So maybe you're a vegan or a vegetarian. Maybe you have a bond with animals. Maybe you work with animals. Service to the animal world, I hear. Relying on them now for support. Maybe that's a concern for you as well as animals within the home. You have heaven watching over you. You could also be concerned about what, your relatives who are passed on or somebody very close to you, what they're thinking. But they're watching over you. They're supporting everything that you do. I'm getting a very strong motherhood vibe for somebody who has crossed over. So someone's mother could have passed. And I feel like my throat's closing up. I feel like it's a sore spot or it's very fresh. So if that's the case, my condolences go out to you. But they are watching over you at this time. We have emotions running high. We have pray. And we have practice makes perfect. And that's really what I think of with the Hermit sometimes. Like taking baby steps towards our growth. Taking baby steps towards vulnerability, towards honesty. Your guides want you to pray, hope, and don't worry. They know that emotions are running high, and they know that you're worried about emotions. But they want you to stay more focused above the emotion. That's why they're asking you to transcend the emotion, which could keep you stagnant. And if you don't transcend the emotion that keeps you stagnant, you may never be able to experience the abundance of this 10 of Cups. And that's what you're here to do. And practice makes perfect. You've gone through these cycles before. They want to remind you that you are evergreen. You are always, always in motion. You are a ball of energy, which means you have always been and you always will be. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Message you need. Oh, we got a little. I missed the bowl. This is why I didn't make the basketball team in school. We have the 3 of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the 9 of Wands. They say that you're holding on to unrealistic expectations of what your efforts or what your application of strength will do in your environment to maybe other people. It's like you're hitting a brick wall, but it's unnecessary. We should be tapping into strength, because if you're worried about fear or pain, it's going to be very temporary. I feel like you don't want to cause heartbreak. But they also say that you're kind of holding I don't want to say unrealistic expectations towards another's heartbreak, but they say that you're actually using that as a scapegoat energy to not act. And the truth is that they see that person landing on their feet. We have Will and M. We have also N and V and A as initials in the bowl today. We have monkeys. I think of children, monkeys on my back, and the fear of the unknown. So if you have children, for instance, that could be a factor in this decision that you're making. You could also be concerned about them as well and their reactions. We do have the Six of Pentacles, but this is a reminder that we reap what we sow, and we're leading by example. So if we are dealing with children or influential energies, they're watching you. They're watching you. They're watching you and in your environment. They're watching how satisfied you are. We do have the lungs, afraid to express. We have opportunity. And we do have the cherries. I forgot the name of the cherries. And we have the Page of Wands. It's always a symbol of the Page of Wands for me. So something's grabbed your attention, or there's a restlessness that wants your attention right now. We have the letter O. Those of Sagittarius and the Star of Aquarius for the Divine Feminine. So Aquarius energy and healing. It's like maybe you don't think that you can heal from a separation or from a movement of this kind, but you can journey into wholeness. There's an independent spirit upon you. And we have the Anchor. It's like, I don't know how I got here. It's like, but I need to haul anchor at this time. My will to thy will, I just heard. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell if you do so. You can also check out my links for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the Carnelian Palm. Just turn this light on a little bit brighter. You are also drawn here to the Passages, the Standing Stones, with lovely energy. And this is your reading, a message that you need to hear right now. The Passages, you can see she's beautifully dressed in red, which is a beautiful symbol of empowerment. She's walking through the stones and she's touching the standing stones. And I always think of that Outlander show where she's being transported to another time and place. And that's what Spirit really wants to get your attention about here. This is even the Carnelian Palm. It's like all empowerment. There's so much energy surrounding the Carnelian Palm. And this is actually a hagstone. There's channels right through this stone as well, which is talking about the powerful force of emotion or water that kind of transcends through the human experience, but you're walking through it. You've empowered yourself because of everything that you've accomplished, and you could be in for a huge transformation. So let's take a look here and see what your guides want to talk to you about. A message that you need right now from your guides and your angels. The Three of Cups. They're already celebrating you, pile 3. They're already celebrating you. The Six of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. The Queen of Wands. And the Judgment coming out with her. And the Page of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we do have the Six of Cups, and we have the Three of Pentacles. And I want to clarify this as we go forward. A message that you need to hear. This is, I'm getting this sense with this Six of Cups. She's having this little tea party in the woods with all of her stuffed animals, and I just got this image of you as a child in the woods with all of your guides and angels, like gathering together to recap, to get together, to collaborate, to speak about what you've been through. It's like they want to talk to you about where you're at, and they want to talk to you about, and she's even pouring tea, which is a symbol of rest and ease, because they're trying to offer that to you in the present moment. Because as I read my back of deck, I go straight here to the middle of the deck. I'm sorry, the middle of the spread. And there's a lot of heartbreak here. There's a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of, like, honestly, exhaustion, like emotional exhaustion, maybe in love, maybe in career, but just a lot of emotional exhaustion. And your guides want to talk to you about that because they want you to understand how temporary it is, and how they're offering you some rest energy right now. That you feel like you've been kept waiting, but that you don't understand that new beginnings are right around the corner. New fresh starts, new opportunities. And I feel like you've been working really hard towards some type of goal, even if it's just to maintain positive aspects. You've been working really hard to achieve that. You have the Ten of Swords. Now, as I read, this is my answer. These bottom energies are just the support. I've seen some messages in my comment section about the curiosity about some of these cards that pop out at the bottom. These are just adding fuel. So the Ten of Swords here is not talking about destruction and endings. This is supporting the Three of Cups. So this is the perspective that maybe we're in, but this is what Spirit sees. Like, we're maybe feeling devastated and upset and tired. It's like no more empowerment, but look at how she's cloaked in red. She doesn't have to have this little, whatever it is, a blanket. She doesn't have to have it. She's cloaked in red. And that's what they want you to understand about how empowerment and abundance is your birthright. You are cloaked in it. It's your birthday suit, so to speak. And so this despair that you're feeling right now is just an over emotional response to the pain. It's only temporary. And even the sun is already coming up over the horizon, over those blue mountains. They want you to know that it's always the darkest before the dawn, and they're offering you a solace. They are saying that they're sort of appearing in your life in different ways of support, because they're talking about being a chameleon in your life in this foundation. So they're already offering you signs and symbols in some type of way, trying to get your attention. And this could be coming in repeating numbers, certain colors that you're seeing, words, songs. The Strength, Leo energy. Very strong Leo energy here actually today. The Four of Swords. They don't want the setback that you're experiencing right now, the emotional setback that you're experiencing, to thrust you or propel you backwards too much. They say that in moments of despair, you start to go down this rabbit hole of all the things that have gone wrong, and it just extrapolates the feeling. And they want you to understand that they're anointing you now. You are walking through the passages of your transformation. In the Four of Swords, you can see this beautiful stained glass window where this person's having something offered to them, and you have this offering from your guides right now, offering you a fresh perspective over what you're experiencing right now. Because this Seven of Swords with the 3 and the 4 will definitely lie to us. Our emotions will lie to us. Our energies from the past will lie to us. And maybe we're focused on something from the past, especially from our childhood. Maybe it's a pain from our childhood. Maybe it's a connection from our childhood. Maybe it's trauma. But whatever it is that was in the past, blessings can't arrive for us there. Blessings can arrive for us now, here in the present moment. And so you're walking through, there's a transformation. And this is all about release. This is all about release. And how you have the energy, the stamina, the strength to power through that and release. We have the Fool and the World. They're talking about something from the past that has been a constant companion, that perhaps its purpose was to empower us, but it's only dragged us down a little bit. And maybe we feel like it's a risk to release it. Maybe we don't know how to release it in the present moment. But your guides are here to lovingly give you signs to help propel you forward. Especially if it's trauma from the past, it's sometimes in order to achieve that success of releasing the trauma, we have to go back to the source. Because oftentimes when we've experienced trauma, especially between the ages of 0 and 7, we will avoid that thought at all costs. We don't want it to be in our crown at all. We don't want to think about it. So every time a thought from the traumatic past wells up in us, we do everything we can to push it away. And instead, the inner child inside of you wants a witness to bear, or wants a witness to their pain, wants somebody to sit with them in that emotion, to let it out so that they can express it and then move on and release it. So that that pain no longer empowers them, or overwhelms them rather. They become empowered by what they've experienced. And if it's not trauma and it's a person, for instance, from the past, Spirit says that this connection is supposed to empower you, and if it's no longer an empowerment, it becomes an impediment, and now we have to walk through the passages of our transformation, even if it hurts. Because your higher self says, how long are we going to keep ourselves waiting? How long are we going to keep our own inner child waiting to achieve the success and the abundance that we deserve? And they're talking now about the dragon, especially within shadow work. If you're experiencing, again, trauma from your past and shadow work that we have to go through, they're talking about the dragon that lies sleeping. And it's like, as long as it's sleeping, we can creep up on it and we can attack from above. It's like we can surprise the trauma by going in and surprising it to clear it out. And using what we've learned, sort of using our wits about us and using what we've learned to attack the conflicting ideas that the ego is going to throw at us when we're trying to work through that attachment and those traumas. And it may not be completely trauma. It may be a person that we're attached to. And maybe this has been a focus that has been monopolizing us, but the monopoly is bringing us here to a sadness, and that's the energy that's throwing us off balance. And so Spirit says that we have to, because maybe this person's keeping us waiting to achieve the closure, the success that we want in that connection, it's keeping us waiting. And Spirit says time waits for no one. And so it's time for us to not keep ourselves waiting. About claiming our independence. And there's the King of Cups. Back of the deck is the Seven of Wands, and we have the Page of Wands. And they want you to know as well that they understand that it's not easy. What they're requesting isn't easy of you to be able to surrender and release. And maybe you've been working on that because you've gained this momentum this far. You've been working on that. They also want you to know that once that release happens, you're going to be flooded with more opportunity. You're going to be flooded with more emotion. You're going to be flooded with more connections, deeper connections. And it's going to perhaps create a different view of that attachment overall. Because maybe this attachment to somebody in the past is really based on a lot of nostalgia, and that can really hide the red flags that are in existence now. And so they want you to know that you have the strength to power through this feeling in the present moment. The Seven of Wands here, connected to the Seven of Swords, it's asking you for the determination to power through. The determination to power through. You're building a brand new foundation for yourself right now, and they want you to be hungry to quench your own thirst. They say that that's what they want from you. They want you to be hungry to quench your own thirst, because there's energy that we've been waiting for others to come and fix it or quench us or give us closure. And Spirit says that we may be waiting forever. So they don't want us to keep ourselves waiting anymore. They want us to inspire to explore new realms, new possibilities, new pathways. And there we are, the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. Feeling secure in herself, feeling healthy, feeling abundant, feeling secure in her own independence, not because she wants to be alone, but because she attracts energies that are also secure. And here's the closure you're looking for. And so your guides are the ones, especially your higher self, is helping to propel you off of that shore, along with your inner child, along with your present self. All three of you are taking this trek into peace, into passages of your transformation, because you deserve to. A message that you need to hear, please. They also they're kind of emphasizing new connections that are really, really abundant and really supportive. We have very strong Leo energy here, but I'm also getting a very strong water energy for Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have here, bring love into the situation. And that's what they're trying to accomplish for you. They're trying to bring more self-love for you. Because if you operate from a self-love, from that heart space, it's going to expand outward and affect the human experience. And that's what the transformation that you're going to be seeing is, new opportunities in love. But most importantly, new opportunities to learn how to love yourself more deeply and more effectively. And New Moon in Aquarius is all about new shifts of perspective. Holding your vision. That card has been a theme for all three piles. We have here, luck is actually on your side. We may not feel it right now, but the Seven of Swords says that we're looking in the background. We're not being honest with ourselves in the present moment, and luck is actually on our side. It says New Moon in Sagittarius. You are being protected. It says here, look at the bigger picture. The grand tapestry of your story. The bigger picture. There are people, places, and things, situations that play a role in our prompts and triggers, that play a role in our human experience. They are not the focus of the movie. You are the focus of the movie. And Spirit says that's where we're turning our focus to now. We're going through the passages of our own transformation so that we become the focus of our movie and we reap all of the benefits of that. Guys, for pile number 3, please, message that they need. We have here a stranger's grace. They're encouraging release from the old and stranger energy to come in. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger, and change is beckoning you. The path is shifting and it leads a new way, but do not be alarmed as change beckons today. They're asking for release. They're asking you to allow yourself to transition and understand that your sacred walk, it says you discover your path and sacred walkabout. The trees are your people, the earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. You haven't, although you're attached to one specific person, place, thing, reunion of some kind as well for someone watching, although you may be focused there, the truth is that you haven't met all your people yet. You haven't met the whole soul tribe of your experience yet. And so there's just so much coming in the future. And that's why they want all of that focus on that future plane. Guys, please, for pile number 3, a message that you need right now. Retreat. And that's the 4 of Swords. When we're feeling overwhelmed, when we're feeling sad, when we're feeling depressed, when we're feeling disappointed in the present moment, when our heart feels broken, that's a moment of time when our guides are asking for retreat. They're asking to minister to us. To try to bring ourselves back to the present moment. We have You're a Leader. That card came out in pile number 1, I believe, as well. You're a leader. You're special. There's something different about you. Has this beautiful red cloak, purpley red cloak. Because not only are you walking through the passages of your transformation, you're moving into a leadership role in your life. Don't compromise. And that's what this 3 of Swords, that's what this focus on the path is actually doing for you. It's like compromising your potential towards your own abundance, towards your own happiness. And they're also saying that even if it's a specific person from the past, that maybe they can't offer you the abundance that you really think that they could offer you here. We do have love coming in from your guides as well, from God, from Source, saying if God be for you, who can be against you? And don't forget who you truly are. Don't forget who you truly are. You are a fractal of light from that beautiful source. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Advice for pile number 3 about a message that they need to hear right this moment. Oops. 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups reversed, 7 of Swords. We're really focused on something from the past, but we had our hearts transfixed upon. This could be like even a crush energy, or just someone that it's like this is our person, or we think that it's our person, and we want things now. Maybe we're tired of waiting. We want everything right now. They're also saying that this desire from the past may not be supported, or it may not be supported in our path moving forward. And that's why they're trying to ask for that release of that expectation so that you can go into something even better than what you expected. In the bowl, we have the letter R. We also have a hospital. Could be a hospital nurse in connection with the syringe here. Sometimes I think about addiction. We do have divine masculine energy and commitment cycles. They want you to go out and have more fun. They're trying to coax you into the unknown by sending you out into the world to have more fun. They want you to experience more relationships. They want you to follow the path that excites your soul. We have our high priestess, your higher self, that's trying to lead you or coax you out there. We also have the mermaid, and we have Scorpio energy. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. I'm praying for you. If it does resonate with you, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading. Even if you have to come back, I would love to hear from you. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope you come and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.